machete. I chop it, the nigga deserve it, determined to plot.
Back in Week 5, the Seahawks won their NFC West matchup against the Rams. Today, Seattle looks for its first sweep of LA since 2013, and it's coming up next.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. Gunn here with Charles Davis, as always. And CD, you look at the Rams in this matchup, they know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late, so maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays, anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Rams taking the field, ready for their first offensive series, and led out by their new starter for 2021 in his now 13th season in the National Football League, Matthew Stafford.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Brings us 3rd and 6.
To throw is Stafford. Going up top for Kupp. This is intercepted. Picked up by a Akello Witherspoon. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. For the first time, we get a look at the veteran Russell Wilson as he gets set to lead yet again this Seattle Seahawks offense.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
Wilson's throw into the hands of Lockett. Tyler Lockett, 20! And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 88 yards. And the Seahawks are on the board first on the road here in L.A. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump. And he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. As the Rams offense comes back out, here is the NFC playoff picture coming into the weekend. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Hopkins. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have recovered. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. Wilson. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. Yeah, perfect omelet. Dropped it. So a little bit of a turnover. You went right back, though, and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do,
Yeah.
man. You got to do what you got to do.
Worried about your hands, though.
Yeah. Well.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Play action. Stafford. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner, multiple times an All-Pro, in there to drop him for a loss. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Stafford now to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Stafford. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
let's go.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. They currently sit one game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Now, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention that they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
The numbers on the ground for Carson last week. 15 carries, 63 yards, and a touchdown. Wilson after the play fake to Carson.
I was so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working, and they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
On first down, it's Carson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Now it's Carson, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Wilson. He'll find Ballore out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. So for this defense, a tall order ahead trying to defend against Russell Wilson. Charles, your keys for how they might go about keeping him in check?
Well, before we even get to the keys, let's start with the problems he presents because he feels pressure so well. He's got a great sixth sense, maybe even a 7th and 8th. He knows where the pressure's coming from. He knows how to slide away from it, sometimes run away from it, and then he finds good throwing lanes to deliver downfield. So to me, it's that pressure inside, big, tall guys to make him try and throw over them and make his height work against him.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And this a quick slant to Lockett. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
A gain of 18 on the
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawks touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And it is now 21-0. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On 2nd down and 4, Stafford. The numbers for Beckham in last week's effort. 4 catches, 51 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 21-0 our score after 1. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he's going to have a Rams first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Two first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. There's Stafford. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Jordan Brooks in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack, and they're staring up at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
Tyler Lockett on the return. The Seahawks take over 1st down.
Out comes the Seattle offense. We take a peek at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Big hold to the 30, and all the way out to the 35-yard line.
First play of the drive, excellent run, just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And this will go to Carson out wide. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And he's got some space here. And he is finally out of bounds, just shy of the 5, all the way down at the the 6. 70 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. So that run there, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see.
And the thing that stood out to me was his ability to continue through the initial contact. How many times do we see runners get slowed up and not get what they can on a run because of that first contact? But he kept the compass pointing in the right direction, kept the legs churning, and turned this into a huge play.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on next-gen stats. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
I know he might be a little winded after that previous long run, but now you're in goal-to-goal situation. That changes what you do defensively, and it worked for them on that play.
Maybe trying to reward him after that long run. We'll see if they go back to him again on the ground. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks are able to add on to their first half lead. Oh, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively, because to me, they look like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Set to go again. Here's Cam Akers in the LA offense. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And he's going to have a Rams first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
That's good.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. On 2nd down, Michelle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And they really need to get something going, didn't they? They punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Stafford. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Carlos Dunlap in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Stafford, and the catch made by Hopkins. The Rams on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
7 yards, the pickup there.
At the Rams' 42-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Wilson. He'll find Eskridge here complete. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
A 2-yard gain on the play.
On third down, Carson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Let's go. Joseph Day on the stop. A pickup of 2 yards. First down, Seahawks.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's
I am.
miles away and smiling.
And happy.
That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. To throw again is Wilson. He's got it. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll try to run with Carson, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Seahawks open the lead up to 34-0. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes this 35-0 now.
Rams nothing. Michael
The
Dixon.
kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Getting set to go again, Matthew Stafford trots back onto the field. In the second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. On 2nd and 10, Stafford. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. This was after defense. You gotta be kidding me.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
On first down, Stafford here. This one brought in by Jefferson. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. From the 44, Stafford. And he whips that one incomplete there.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Now a first down throw, Stafford. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Tutu Atwell. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Rams are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. Well, he's been doing this for more than a decade now, showing that he's still got that arm strength from back when he was the #1 overall pick.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And that ball traveling 68 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Continuing on, here's a look at the next-gen stats in that first half, and they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary, as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. Out comes Chris Carson in the Seattle offense. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Couldn't do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
And some room to work. There he goes left side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Chris Carson, 59 yards. And the Seahawks are running away with this one. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ball game. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
42, Rams 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. To throw is Stafford. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. Oh, a solid stiff arm and some open field. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
32, zebra.
A give, this is Michelle. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
It's now 3rd and 8.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 41-yard line.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Stafford. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Stafford now to throw. To Michelle on the screen. And he'll go down at the 28.
All my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Play action. Stafford. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And it's a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. Good day for him so far here in the third quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the third quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson out to the right. He gets it to Lockett. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
An 8-yard pickup. And the Seahawks first down.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Now he'll escape to his left. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Again, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Carson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Just shy of midfield. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
It's just me and you. Mike 41.
Now Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
A 7-yard gain on the play.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Left side complete to Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They run it with Carson, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 23.
A gain of 11 on the play. And the Seahawks.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Sebastian Joseph Day, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Throwing is Wilson. This complete to Lockett. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. And Myers able to knock it through, and they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. From the gun, here's Stafford. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. And he will find Atwell. That's complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Throwing again is Stafford. He'll check this one down to Michelle. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 46-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford. And Woods has it complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of...
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked up by a Keller Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 41. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
On third down, Carson. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up fourth down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Now here's Michael Dixon. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Stafford's throw pulled in by Atwell here. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, second and right at a yard. To throw is Stafford. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Stafford on first down. That's complete once again to Hopkins. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Meanwhile, Stafford's throw pulled in by Hopkins. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Alert! 59! Alert!
Now Stafford. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. Again, it's Stafford. That's complete to his running back, Jefferson. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out, and this one is no good. He missed it, and this score will stay right where it is. Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. And a trio of touchdown passes so far. They've got the lead as well. All is good in their football world at this point.
And it's so much fun for our colleagues, right? Think about our producer, our director, everyone putting together these shots. Wouldn't you love to be in the truck right now and hear him calling for it? Give me that one, give me that one, give me that one. And we just saw 3 beautiful touchdown passes.
Now he's looking for 4. So another long try for 3 and another kick that comes up lacking.
Yeah, this isn't going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage, but you have to figure as a head coach that when you send a guy out there to try and kick from that distance, it's a 50-50 proposition at best.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. They go back to Carson here on 2nd. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Wilson. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Stafford. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. He'll get this one complete to Atwell. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Throwing is Stafford. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. One last throw here for Stafford. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Seahawks, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles,